So I looked on the internet, and everybody and their retarded grandma reviews things. I decided to review drugs, which are much more interesting than video games, but since it's funnier to talk shit about things than talk about how great they are, and there's nothing you can talk shit about drugs, I just make fun of other people who review drugs, which is pretty fucking easy, because usually people who talk too much about drugs are fucking dumbasses, and I already have a lot of practice making fun of them. But I'm gonna branch out now, not to review movies, not to review video games, but to review other people that review shit. Let's move on to the angry video game nerd. Taking apart this guy's reviewing style would be unnecessary because it's the bare basic of logical criticism. We can criticize ourselves for watching a review of something that has since been improved. We already know these games are bad, as does the rest of the world. But that's not why we watch this guy, is it? We watch this guy because he's funny. So if we watch this guy, we just want to see him make fun of something, which he usually does well. I've seen all his videos, so I'll just point out his worst jokes, pretending that I can do better. Ass! The fuck? Ass! What the fuck? Ass! Ass! Hey, just using swearing to replace a joke went out with the 80s, man. That wasn't funny. So I gotta admit, that didn't make me laugh, but I'd hate to meet the kind of person who does laugh at that kind of shit. This is one of his bad recurring jokes. He has a lot of this joke where he shows something stupid.
Whatever I see, I shall devour.
And then it's like, oh, how's the nerd gonna react to this? Imagine if I reviewed drugs like that, like Kenga Africana, Datoristramonium, Guarana, estrogen pills, Indian warrior tar. His entire Cloverfield review is totally wishy-washy.
Like it or not. If you plan to see it, trust your instincts and expect. It almost makes like a story. So it was only a matter of time before
it's good, it's bad,
an appropriate or ironically inappropriate way to work it into the movie. So I thought that was a nice touch. Overall, it was okay. It's a monster movie with some from the trailer if you're gonna like it or not. If you plan to see
that's his review. It's a monster movie. Substance X comes down from space and someone wants my review of it. Well, I think Substance X is a drug. I kinda liked it. I don't really have any plans to do it again. Well, what's Substance X feel like when you take it? Well, it's a drug. It's got some of the effects that you could kind of expect from a drug if you've had other drug experiences. That's what we watch the nerd for, wishy-washy reviews, yeah. I don't know, I speak for most people, we don't plan to watch that crappy movie, we already know it's shit, we want you to make fun of it, and you didn't really tell us anything about it, we already knew it sucked. You didn't even say it sucked. What we're watching you for, we know it's not good. Bad Joke Society's pretty good. He kinda sounds worn out in the way that he ran out of games that actually pissed him off as a kid. But when he only puts half-hearted effort into reviewing something because he wants to be a movie dork, it shows. That's a pretty worthless attack, because we know he gets paid to pump out AVG in videos, and he's basically said in so many words, I'm just the Vinny Tabunafuku who created bizarre drugs. I couldn't be more sick of it now. So he's a film buff, but he's too lenient on movies. Like Star Wars. Who in their right fucking mind doesn't think Star Wars has got enough credit? Like, his style of reviewing movies is completely opposite from his style of reviewing games. Maybe because he wants to make movies and he doesn't want bad karma. Like the angry Hollywood video nerd will make fun of him. But what about his movies? He might be saving his best ideas for when he has better means to produce good movies, but that doesn't save these half-ass projects of being guilty of exploiting the idea of just making a B movie is funny or good in some way. If you think back to any B movie you ever liked, you realize the jokes extend further than the actors giggling as they deliver shitty lines as a Jimmy Fallon style sort of like smile at the camera and wink and say, hey, look how bad this movie is. I'll tell you why I like low-budget movies is because they don't disguise their simple characters as any more than such. And a movie that takes the extreme situations that happen in a movie too seriously is the fucking cheesiest trait ever seen in a movie anyways. fuck 4-star movies, fuck serious movies, and fuck Siskel and Ebert. All it takes to win these guys over is a few easy moves to show that the movie takes itself seriously. I don't think these people grade the movie at all on plot. They grade the movie on how smart they sound by saying the movie's good or bad. Actors showing real emotion counts for 99%, plot accounts for half of 1%, and the other half of 1% depends on if I have my cup of coffee today. If you want to take a movie too seriously, you might as well be as deluded as a schizophrenic who thinks he's Rambo. And yes, the most pathetic one of my friends also thinks he's the most well-equipped to deal with intense situations. And you know why? Because he believes cheesy fucking movie plots. So why don't we take this guy, all deluded, pretentious assholes, Siskel and Ebert, and 4 stars, throw them in a canister in the ocean and have them fuck each other for eternity, because I don't think any of us care what they have to say. And what about the flame whip? I loved the flame whip. Pointing out the flame whip as an original idea is like pointing out that having Dracula as the last guy isn't an original idea. Like, every little aspect of the game has to be different and original. Like, every game has to take place in a different universe. If Simon's Quest uses, like, gravity, it's copying real life or something. Like, why didn't you mention that it has a thorn whip, too, and a dagger and regular weapons? Why attack the coolest weapon? He always points out, remember that from the movie. Like I wouldn't want to fight a giant spider just cause it wasn't in the movie. Don't bullshit a bullshitter, James Wolfe!
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to.
We don't remember these movies because they're the movies that Puritan prissy kids were forced to watch. It's gotta be James Wolfe's roommate or something, because they advertise the shit out of each other. His videos are funny, but that's because the movies are funny, not because he is. He's pretty much made up of what makes James Wolfe bad. About 1 out of 20 of his jokes are funny, but 3/4 of them are the same joke repeated over and over again. His repetitive jokes are, things are so bad that he has to drink or kill himself because they're so bad. Acting afraid of things. And the third is the same joke that a lot of stand-up comedians do. Acting like a wuss so he can relate to the audience. He also makes this joke that doesn't really make any sense at all.
Did you ever figure out where to buy the filters for the bombs?
Well, most places
The fuck does that mean?
don't sell them anymore.
I've never heard of a filter for a bong, nor has anyone I've ever talked to. What, does this guy not research what he's talking about? I mean, doesn't that kind of say he sucks right there if he's never smoked out of a bong? I mean, what a fucking loser. Right? Am I right? Think I'm right. Am I right? Yeah, fuck him. He also makes a lot of dumb drug jokes, and don't say to me, hey, you make a lot of dumb drug jokes. Cause I swear my videos only consist of me making fun of other people who make dumb drug jokes, and are entirely void of dumb drug jokes themselves. He also yells too much and has an extremely annoying voice, and who is not tired of turning on a video and have the fucking video scream at you? Fuck that shit. Annoys the shit out of me. Alright, I do the exact same thing, but that doesn't mean it doesn't annoy the shit out of me too. I'm gonna make these videos when I'm high on something. If someone turns these videos on and I'm just chilling, it scares the fuck out of me. Well known for morphine opiates, could there be another plan out there that works on the same... Believe it or not, Brendan Fraser reviews movies and video games, and he's actually funnier than any of the other reviewers. For his good videos, at least, he's got a shitload of them. And I'll at least tell you by the title if you want to watch it, or if you don't. Well, I covered the most popular ones, the ones that you probably heard of. But for the random unheard of YouTube reviewers, most YouTube reviewers just leave the camera on and don't talk a lot of the time, so if there is anything funny, you get too bored and you miss it. Well, I'm growing tired of reviewing these people. I'm just gonna throw this out there. The rest of them are boring, and it would be boring to watch me just saying, yeah, this guy sucks, game trailer sucks, this shit sucks, anything I haven't touched sucks. Just know that, and that's my review. Hey, I should've snapped. That's my review. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, fuck. That was good.